For updates on sports stories across the globe, Aron Akerejola joins us. Good morning, Aron.
Yeah, good morning to you, Tunde. Good morning to you, Rufai. Good morning to you, Doctor. Now, to get it started, the biggest news that is actually coming in, and it's been circulating around the media since yesterday, has been the fact that the Super Eagles want to engage the services of former Le Bleu coach, former PSG coach, former winner of the World Cup back in '98 with the Le Bleu, talking about Laurent Blanc. And right now, he's top on the list for the Nigeria Football Federation. But we hear that Morocco, who do have a coach, are looking at probably jettisoning that coach and bringing in Laurent Blanc. Without a doubt, Morocco will be more attractive to Laurent Blanc than the Super Eagles, understanding that the Atlas of Morocco are actually going to the World Cup and the Super Eagles aren't. So let's see if the Nigeria Football Federation can double down on Laurent Blanc and ensure that he puts pen to the paper. But in the meantime, the Nigeria Football Federation have announced a list of coaches. They've mentioned Salisu Yusuf as the executive committee. As a matter of fact, they released a communique yesterday. I said Salisu Yusuf will be the Super Eagles Team B coach, which is popularly known as the Chan team, and he's also going to be the coach of the under-23 national team. He's to be assisted by the likes of Kennedy Boboye, Fatai Osho, Abubakar Bala Mohammed, Fidelis Lechuku, to mention but a few, Ike Shoromu. And questions have been raised, understanding that not just only him, Issa Ladamboso, who has also coached this under-24 at several times, has also been brought back into the coaching fray. And questions are being asked by stakeholders to the fact that we've spoken about this 4 years ago. Salisu Yusuf actually had a corruption allegation against him. FIFA actually sanctioned him, but that is all in the past right now. And they're saying that why recycle these coaches? And if you'd ask me, Salisu Yusuf did well in 2018, understanding that he led the Chan team to the finals of that particular competition in Morocco. But save that, when you look at the backroom staff, they are made up of some of the best coaches that coach our league. Kennedy Boboye, he had actually played for the Nigerian national team in time past. He's one of the brightest minds in the team. Fidelis Lechuku caught his teeth with MFM here in Lagos, and he's doing great things with Rangers as we speak right now. And to mention but a few, Ike Shoromu. But people are still saying it's Salisu Yusuf and Issa Lazamboso. Why are they being brought back? Are these the only people there? We'll be having people to talk about why, because a lot of people have asked that question and no one has been able to get clear answers. Now, away from that, yesterday in Europe, at the Europa League, talking about the second tier in Europe competitions, Barcelona were given a huge shocker yesterday at the Camp Nou as they were beaten by the German outfit Eintracht Frankfurt on the day. And West Ham United getting into the semi-finals of a major competition for the first time in almost 3 decades, are beating Olympique Lyonnais. And away from that, of course, if you look at the full results, also the quarterfinals of the Conference League also came in, and the biggest result saw AS Roma beating a lowly rated team, some would say. But Marseille also beating Pax Thessalonica. Leicester City, with Ademola Lookman and Kelechi Promise Iheanacho doing so well for the team to help them overcome PSV Eindhoven. At the moment, Leicester takes on Roma for the semi-finals, while Feyenoord will be taking on Olympique Marseille. Away from that, this weekend in the FA Cup, it's going to be a titanic clash once again. A London derby and the Battle of the Minds. First of all, Liverpool will be taking on Manchester City, reprising the game they just played last week. And let's see how that one becomes, because Manchester City has actually taken quite a lot of beating. No thanks to that particular outing against Atletico Madrid. They're going to be missing key players, but up for grabs will be the final place at Wembley for the FA Cup, while Chelsea will be taking on Crystal Palace in a London derby. Let's see what happens. We know that one man, Patrick Vieira, has been doing so well for the Eagles. He'll be hoping to turn the screw against Chelsea, who right now are literally suffering. They've been having concurrent defeats in the last 3 or 4 games, and they'll be hoping to capitalize on that on the day. But away from that, let's go talk about the fact that prosecutors are actually investigating and actually telling courts to probably look into the medical staff who took care of Diego Armando Maradona leading up to his death. They are claiming that there were a lot of negligence an omission, mismanagement by 8 medical professionals who were in charge of Diego Armando Maradona. Let's see what becomes of that particular case. And finally, Tiger Woods has said he will play at the J.P. McManus Pro-Am at the Adare County before the Open Championship. This tournament actually comes just 1 week before the 150th Open Championship at St. Andrews. And Tiger Woods says he will be using the professional and amateurs tournament as a tune-up for that. So it's not really a marquee event, but at the same time,
he'll play.
He will play because he's going to be in good company alongside Rory McIlroy, Bruce Koepka, and some others have been invited for this Pro-Am tournament. So let's see what becomes of that. If this will help him get his strides on, because he's spoken about the St. Andrews. St. Andrews has been kind to him, and he wants to return to the 150th Open.
I mean, I'm excited for Tiger Woods because he keeps healing. I mean, when you watch him play at Augusta, you'll see he's still limping. The wounds are not completely healed, but he's pushing himself, and that's a good thing. That's the can-do spirit. That's the comeback spirit. You don't have it totally 100%.
But my question is, does he need to?
He needs to.
He doesn't need to prove anything to no one anymore.
It's not you he's proving something to. He's proving something to himself. You know what Plato says? The greatest battle, the greatest victory you can get is to conquer yourself. He doesn't want to impress you that he's a great athlete, but he's proving to himself that I can come out of the depth of despair when everybody says all over for me, and I can come back. And that's what he's proving. And let him prove it.
No, because the biggest fear is if he pushes himself too hard and that leg doesn't properly
He's getting medical advice. See,
certainly.
He's getting medical advice.
He might limp for the rest of his life.
The doctors are looking at it. Let him push it.
Okay.
What if he pushes himself and he heals the wound quicker? So that's another part to it. I'm excited about that. So for the FA Cup, I think this is only Chelsea's way to salvage himself. And salvage a very appalling season that started well, with a lot of prospects, but a lot happened in that season. So let's see how they play against Crystal Palace. The game to watch will be, and it's a good game for Easter weekend, Manchester City against Liverpool.
Yeah,
Liverpool are going to go straight for the jugulars. They've got a title in the kitty already this season.
Yeah.
They've got a lot to play for. So let's see how that pans out. We'll see how that finals go. Probably if Chelsea can get it, we'll be happy. If they don't get it, it's going to be a very painful season, and it's not even going to make Tuchel want to stay, because I'm hearing a lot of things. But I'm really concerned about Louis van Gaal. I think there was some report that was saying the cancer had gone into remission at some point.
Yeah.
How is Louis van Gaal doing? Because you see, we don't celebrate Louis van Gaal enough. That's a great coach. You know, there's some coaches you cannot but forget the impact they've got in football.
Yeah.
Louis van Gaal, Bobby Robson, Dick Advocaat.
Okay.
You know, coaches like, what's his name, Arrigo Sacchi. You know, you can't forget what they did in football.
He's a legend.
Alex Ferguson too. You know, so how is he doing? I just care about Louis van Gaal.
Okay, quick news. Barcelona were blown away.
Completely.
Routed.
Yes, they were. Yes,
what
they were
I don't understand is, Xavi saying, oh, we're not a failure, don't worry yourself. But the truth is that Barcelona, they've had a hot run, 15 matches, when they were unbeaten. Then they drew with Frankfurt 1-1. But yesterday, they were taken out completely at Camp Nou.
Yes.
But what, the coach and the president of the club, Joan Laporta, what they are both complaining about, is about the number of fans that showed up at Camp Nou.
Yeah, they were protesting on the day.
He said there were 30,000, in fact, over 30,000 German fans who, in fact, before the match, were parading up and down the streets of Barcelona. Psychological game. And when the game happened, Xavi said, it's because of these fans. How did they come here? Laporta also said, no, next time they will check the numbers. Foreign fans cannot come and dominate, in their home side.
No, but that's a very lame excuse. Understanding
but that's what
the Camp Nou seats over 90,000.
That's what
it's one of the biggest stadiums in Europe.
Arguably the biggest.
That's what
the biggest in Europe.
Yes.
And now West Ham, they are meeting West Ham in the semi-finals of Europa League.
Yeah.
And the Spanish, they are advising the English not to allow these German fans to come and intimidate them on their own side. But that's an aside. The coaches that have been announced, you mentioned Ladan Bosso.
Yes.
But Ladan Bosso has assistants.
Yes, he
including
does.
Fatai Amo.
Yeah, Fatai
So if you don't consider him good enough, how about those assistants who are going to work with him?
That's been the big question. Yes.
Salisu Yusuf, right?
Yes.
Or is it? Yeah, Yusuf.
Salisu Yusuf, yes.
Salisu Yusuf. The big issue is the scandal that he had in the past. When he was going to be reinstated by the NFF, some people kicked.
Yes,
said no, his career should end. But people were saying he's a good coach, he's a tactician. He may have been implicated in some corruption case and all of that, but that his talent is what is more important. However, it was part of that same Eguavoin crew
team
that did not take us to Qatar. So how many more members of that particular crew that did not allow us to go to Qatar 2022 that will still be reinstated? That, I think, is a concern. And you did not talk about Nduka Ugbade.
Okay, for the
under-17 coach. So people are saying that is the best choice in the selection.
Without a doubt, because when you look at it, when Emmanuel Amunike won the under-17, Nduka Ugbade played a pivotal role. He was the man that helped galvanize the team. He was the man that helped straighten the boys. He knows how to coach junior boys. And without a doubt, that is one particular appointment. And nobody seems to be faulted because he's a true and consummate professional, true and true. And for all these people, the head coaches might be questionable, but the assistants they've given to them are impeccable. And if they listen to the assistants and they work together, if there's a synergy between the coaches and the assistants, I think Nigeria will be okay.
Aaron, please, so sorry. I know we have to go. How are we going to pay Laurent Blanc?
I'm sure the NFF probably would have thought of that.
It's a serious matter.
No, because
you see, we can't be owing Laurent Blanc like we did to Papa Genedro. We need to go, okay. We need to go.
Well, Genedro is going to Mali.
So we hear.
Another Eagles. He has left the Super Eagles. Yeah, he's going to the not so Super Eagles, if I may say so.
We need
anyway,
to talk
he was sacked, didn't leave. Thank you, Aaron.